Hello world, this is David Pons from 1986. Today we are going to learn how to develop a feature on Microsoft Access that will help you to easily print the date at the beginning of a comment when editing a long text field that has its rich text property activated. As you may already know, the rich text property allows you to trespass the size limit of 255 characters and add some special formatting features to the text, but it prevents you from using the keyboard shortcut Ctrl:/semicolon to quickly print the current date. Now, let's jump into it. So, our first step is going to be to create a blank database. And within it, create two fields inside the default table that we are going to call long text, standard long text, and a second field that we are going to call long text rich. In which we're going to activate the rich text property. So our second step on this development is to create a form that is going to be linked to the table that we just created. In order to do so, we navigate to the Create tab and utilize the form wizard to create our form. Here, I'm just going to add the two fields that we just created because the default ID field coming from Access should be kept away from the users entering the information in the form. I select the datasheet view because it reminds me of Excel and I think makes it more familiar for everybody to put the information in. Here we can test what happens when I activate the shortcut Ctrl:/semicolon. The current date gets stamped into the standard long text field, but if I repeat the same operation on the long text field with its rich text property activated, nothing happens. So here we are on our third step in which we are going to actually add the functionality to our long text rich field. And initially we could be tempted to do it through the shortcut mode, but if it's the first time we are doing it, Access is not going to allow us to do it immediately. This is what would happen if we try to access the Visual Basic for Application Composer from the form without having it activated priorly through the Design Composer. So we're going to go through the long way, passing through Design View, selecting the field to which we want to add the functionality, and then activating it. Now it works. Here we have the Visual Basic for Application Composer, and the functionality has already started. For this, I happen to have the code on a Notepad document that I have open here. So basically, the only thing I have to do is to copy paste my code inside the function, and this will add the functionality that I'm looking for. This code is going to be available at the bottom of my video. So now there are some things that need to be reworked on this code for it to work on your own particular case. When I created the function, Access automatically added the name of the field to which the function is being created. And if you see, the name of my current field doesn't match exactly the name that I have all along the example code that I just copy pasted. Basically, wherever the name of the field it's written in the code, it has to be substituted by the name of your own particular field that's going to pop up here, automatically added by Access while creating a function. You just have to copy and paste it. to replace all the existing example ones and then save it. So now if we go back to the form to which we have applied this code, we're going to be able to test its functionality. We have to leave the design view to go back to the datasheet view in which we actually enter the information. And if now I double click inside the long text rich field, Access is going to automatically stamp the current date. After the one, we can enter comments or any kind of information you want. When we leave the field, this information gets automatically saved, and if we go back and double click again, Access is going to insert a row and stamp the date again, so we can continue adding information. Now I'm going to give you a trick in order to work with the database, because here, as you see, we only read a portion of the line, or the first line that is inside the long text rich field. But if you hit the keyboard shortcut Shift F2, you're going to open the zoom window in which you can more easily see all the information you have entered into this long text rich field, which is quite handy wherever you need to read it or edit it. Is very useful to know. So this is as far as we go today. I hope you liked my tutorial, and if you did, please leave a good comment and subscribe to my channel. See you around.